from the
Chain at Home Depot. 50 cents a foot.
guys over here to change. That is probably a lot more kind of ruins it. Get you guys over here. So, see the stone arching wheel right here? This is really the last remnants of the old mill setup. Like that wheel originally turned 2 sets of grinding stones inside the original mill building. Over here on the left-hand side, there was an artesian well, like a spring basically, that would pump water up over the top of the wheel. So this was free power in the 1800s right here. Now, a few years ago, they tore down the original mill building and actually built a new tent back up against the stone arches. You know what? They said that the only thing holding up the old mill building was all the termites holding hands. We're going to continue down St. George Street now. And you know what? The next place we're going to check out is a bar and a lady's house in about 1730 or so. You know what, guys? During the British period, the British instituted plantation agriculture, specifically indigo, and growing indigos was like growing gold back then. Florida indigos were several times more due to the quality. There's a British nobleman, Dr. Andrew Turnbull, and his wife is from Smyrna, Greece. So they named their plantation New Smyrna. They travel all around the Mediterranean collecting up laborers, first to Greece, but then Italy, Sicily, Sardinia, the island of Minorca. Now when they get to this plantation, it's successful at the detriment of the people that are working there. They're indentured servants, they've got a 7-year contract, but don't know what their rights are. They send a group of men up here to have an audience with the British governor. Well, the British governor hates Dr. Turnbull, so he's like, you all move up here right now. So that's how Greeks, Italians, and other Mediterraneans get here to St. Augustine. When they get here, the governor offers them shelter here at the Barrows House. They act as intermediaries between the British and the Spanish whenever the British leave, and again between the Spanish and the Americans whenever the Spanish leave. They're still some of the largest landholders in town. Today just lumped in the catch-all category of Minorcan. So when you hear somebody's Minorcan today, they could be related to somebody from the island of Minorca, but are probably more like Greek or Italian or some combination thereof. So if you guys go inside the shrine later, there's a huge mural up on the wall of people walking up here from New Smyrna, and there's artifacts as well from the plantation. All right, let's step on down to the He's not a pirate.
Right. Don't be all hollering. Don't say R, please.
Alright, gather up on this side right here in the shade. We're going to look back at this building right here. You guys see the building behind me where Nature's Legacy's at today? So this is pretty typical of the first Spanish period in that one story with a flat roof to catch your water, 1 or 2 rooms. You guys can see these canales coming out the front here. When the British come, they put the second stories on and they put the doors opening onto the street. When the Spanish come back in the second Spanish period, they put the balconies on. So what we're looking at in this corner is actually a conglomeration of 3 different time periods. And now as you guys wander around, you'll be able to decode the different time periods. Spanish period, British period, second Spanish period. So this is the only corner you can still see this on. So that's not how the Spanish wanted it, but it's as close as they could get to what they felt was livable. So as a result of that, we're just going to start building them all like that. After that, it actually spawns a whole new building style here in town, the St. Augustine plan. All right, we're going to head around the corner, talk about the breaks in the road, and we're going to brave Noodles, the singing dog. dog-friendly group today. Hey,
He's in love with that dog.
nice, good job. Kudos and giving it all we've got today. Nice. All right, let's gather up and lay down here for a second.
Yeah, it's a treat.
Yeah. It's going to be a hard afternoon. That's the perfect segue into what I'm getting ready to tell you guys. That was perfect. It must be like a mock.
That's what he thinks about that pool.
My jump is like right in here. I give you my treasure pull in here. It looks like.
That's a huge dog.
I think the people are just surprised to see the pedestrians, as the pedestrians start to see the cars. Alright, so you guys see these bricks in the road right here? Back in the 1880s, around the two Flagler hotels, they put asphalt for the bicyclists. That was like being a segwayer back then. It was modern and really dangerous. They brought in a steamer with 350 tons of asphalt on it, paved around the two hotels to accommodate the bicyclists. Now, the rest of the town here is a muddy mess. So Flagler went to the city fathers and he's like, look, will you guys pave the streets? And they're like, sure, if you pay for it. Flagler knew better than that. So he went to a guy named Sheriff Reynolds. People think it's R.J. Reynolds. This guy named Sheriff Reynolds is a sheriff. And he owned a brick factory. And he manages to finagle 3 free shiploads of bricks out of his first week. Has him dumped down here in the West. Well, the first load of bricks only has Reynolds' name on one side. Flagler has them all flipped upside down. He doesn't want Reynolds' name on his beautiful bricks. Every load of bricks after that had Reynolds' name on both sides. Now, in the 1960s, a corrupt city councilman sold off 65% of those bricks. So they're like a barbecue grill and it's standing there. The other day, a guy on the tour goes, don't bother saying a corrupt city councilman. We all had a good laugh. All right, let's head down to the other house. I'm going to recommend this one as being a great restaurant. I got sit on the food there for You're saying chorizo I've never had in my life in there. You know, when you get chorizo, it's like preserved chorizo, looking classy. This is fresh chorizo made with that. It's off the chain. Yeah. A little pricey. You get what you pay for in my other places. Pricey.
So earlier in the tour, back in the business center, the bricks actually had family.
Yeah, those are completely just modern bricks. Anytime you see somebody's name on there, it just means they paid money. You know? So those are just contributors and they put their name on a brick to memorialize that. So these are different. These are what are known as vitrified bricks. They're made to be paving bricks or glazed and fired under thousands of degrees. And Flagler, who was from Ohio, where they utilized and manufactured a lot of vitrified bricks, was just aware of their existence. And a lot of times they would use these as ballasted ships, and I think that's where these came from. They had to get them out of the ballast and fill it back up with cargo to send back across the ocean. So in the 40s, they tore down a hotel right here on this corner. When they did, they found in the rubble underneath it the remnants of a colonial blacksmith shop. The city had it rebuilt. This is a faithful reproduction of a colonial blacksmith shop. The guy worked at that forge right there. He'd make you a nail, make you a horseshoe, put your name on it with a belt. Today it's a coffee shop. I will recommend it as being a good coffee shop in case you guys are wondering. If you like chai, they got the best chai in there. Later, you can go on Google Image and actually find pictures of the guy working at the sports right here. All right, let's step over that patch of grass over there. We're going to continue talking about it.